What's up, guys? What is up? Welcome back to another episode of Deck Talk Podcast, and we've got one killer episode today, and you probably recognize uh, Mr. Will on here already from the previous episodes that we have had him on with Jerry and Hunter Brousseau. But real quick, let's get some business taken care of. This episode is brought to you by Fish Lung. Fish Lung is the go-to aeration system. Keep your catch alive and kicking in the live wells with super pure oxygen tech and sorry. It pumps out 90 to 93% pure O2 through tiny bubbles. Fish absorb easily, slashing stress and boosting survival rate. For perfect for tournament or just a catch and release. No more dead fish penalty. It is compact, easy to install, and even helps keep bait fish alive all while backing conservation efforts, guys. So make sure you go check them out and go if you do any kind of bait fishing or do any kind of tournaments. Let's keep these fish alive because it is our job to be able to take care of these fish while they're in our care and make sure that they're going back into that water better off than what they got to us. And so, because we want our people to be able to catch fish for generations, and the only way that we're going to do it is if we take care of these fish. So go check out Fish Lung. And so, guys, if you don't know, I'm Colin Burnett.
Woo! What up? This is your boy Pappy J. We got another episode that we're excited about. Hey, let's do another salute to Valor, honoring our American hero. And today we got Sergeant Bruce Anderson. He served in the United States Army from 97 to 2002, and he was an 88 Mike. Mike lead the way, baby. He was attached to the 647th, and he was in Fort Benning, Georgia, and he also served in Iraq. Thank you, sir, and we always salute to you, buddy.
Yep. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you so much, and everybody that has served to get us to where we can do what we do. But with that being said, let's get this going. We got Will Wiles with Spike It.
What's
And
up,
I
brother?
tell you,
What's up?
What's going on, Wells?
I got to spend a couple days in the booth with y'all at iCast, and I learned so much. Even though we had you on the podcast, I've used the product and just some of the just being in the booth with y'all and being able to learn. I learned so much during those 2 days in the booth with y'all. I shot a lot of videos for Hunter and for Spike It and stuff like that.
Yep.
It was really a pleasure to be able to spend the 2 days in the booth with y'all. And I will say, I got my hands on that Sonic coat, and I really love that stuff. That gel is, and we're going to get into it, but that gel is something else.
It is. It really is.
But Will, thank you for coming on, brother. And
I appreciate y'all having me.
We let's get right on into it. I know, guys, this is the only company that I have ever put in a deal for. Well, I didn't put it in. Um, uh, Jerry put it in, so it may have been who put it in. But I'll tell you this, because Jerry might be a little bit better looking, or at least he talks that way. But we we put an order in. And I'll tell you this, guys, it was one phenomenal. We put an order in last Wednesday, and it was probably 2 o'clock, and on Wednesday afternoon when we put the order in. I talked to Will Thursday morning, said, "Hey, we're sending it out today." And Thursday when I got back to the house, they had already shipped it out Look at this. I got a box full of stuff that Jerry. I don't even know. At the time, I didn't even know what Jerry had even put in for me. I just told him kind of some of the stuff that I was wanting. He says, "Well, you need this," and so. But man, the customer service and how fast Will that I got it, it totally surprised me. I definitely was not expecting it. I actually thought it was just something else that Michelle had ordered, and it got back here from Amazon. To be honest.
Yeah, no, we try to get our orders out within 24 hours. Sometimes you can't help things, and there's some delays here and there. But for the most part, we know guys are wanting it for that Friday or Saturday, and so we got to get it moving.
And well, and the thing is, and I've been able um, I've been able to kind of just play around with some of the dyes that I did get, and the dips and the Sonic coat and stuff like that, and it. I mean, it never surprises me really when you go from having a bait that does not have any kind of stuff on it to just putting anything, just the spike it stuff on there. The the bites that you get, and I think because I was fishing without it, and I was getting a little bit of bites, but then I think it's almost like they kind of hold on to it a little bit longer.
They
Um,
do.
and
They,
so,
they they know a PVC. They know soft plastics. They know something doesn't taste. I mean, they have a sense of smell and taste like. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
actually amazing how good it
yeah,
is, and so you can tell. Like I said, you spray that garlic on there, they're going to hold on to it, and they're going to, you're trying to set a hook or whatever. They swallow it. I mean,
oh yeah.
you can hang them a lot easier too.
So, but before we go any farther, we do have a giveaway today that we are wanting to give away. And I didn't say, I totally forgot about it. Pappy just messaged me, said don't forget about the giveaway. And so the giveaway question is going to be, and Will, if you have a pen and paper right there, if you can write down your answer. What is Will's favorite dye to put on a bait, or color of dye? We'll just do color. So, and with that being said, Bruiser has sent us a box of baits to be able to give away. And I'm just going to pick a random couple of them. We got some Rampages, some Sidekicks, we got some Crawls. Uh, let's see, what else? We got two different types of crawls. So I'm just going to go through three different types of crawls. Go through, and I'm going to just pick some. We're going to, whoever picks the color, then we're going to get them shipped out. And so we're going to figure that you're going to have to wait until the end of the episode or later on in the episode, and we're going to ask Will after here in a little bit what's his favorite color of dye to put on. And so
Now are we gonna give them multiple choice? That's kind of a broad answer there.
well, I I guess we can.
There's a bunch of colors out there that Spikett's got.
Yeah, but
How hard do we want to make this?
I mean, how hard do you think we should have this, Will? Should we just have it to where maybe we give maybe the top three and they be
That would
picked?
be,
And, huh?
yeah,
You gonna do the top three?
yeah,
Okay.
that'd be
So
good.
can you give us your top three, and the person has to guess your favorite one?
Right.
Okay, all right. So top three is the go-to chartreuse garlic. Uh, the next one would be blue garlic, and I'd say I'll give you my top four. The red and the orange. I mean,
God.
they're both. I
Well,
use them. That red is that
I
red is mean.
Well, I had 2 of your 4. I mean, I got hot pink right here,
Hot
and
pink, I use that in saltwater now.
yeah. So there's a time of the year up here that you can get bites on that on a hot pink. So um, that's the only when that bottle's going to be open is during that that about early spring is when that will be good here. So so
Hey,
guys,
don't let him lie to you, Will. He runs around in a pink tutu all the time.
right,
So that's the only time that pink bottle comes out, but pink's always
Yeah.
out.
and I use it as like eye blackening. So yeah,
Hey, we had Jimmy Houston almost talk into you. You know how he always kisses his bass.
yeah.
I'd send him some chartreuse lipstick, and I wanted him to do a commercial for me, and he's like, I ain't doing it. I don't care. I don't need the money.
Hey, if you don't mind, send me some, man, because I'm gonna put that on Colin.
All right, I will do it.
Oh man.
Well, that was Pappy's last show, so so now, uh, but kind of going back, and I'm glad that he missed it because I would have totally forgot. But Pappy was supposed to been here in the podcast room here doing this tonight, but he
Somebody
said
fell
that
asleep.
somebody worked him to death last night, and he took a nap. And he called me about 15 after 5. Says, "Man, I just woke up." And we got back
Hey,
at
it happens.
9:30, a little before 9:30 this morning. So, and so, but with those dyes, is the like Spike it did that is the dives where they finally like kind of where they got their start was in the dives at first.
Yep. Yeah. Way back in the late '80s, early '90s is basically when they really kicked it off, and it was mostly scents, but for the most part, it was the chartreuse garlic. Kind of was the first, and that's the one that everybody knows. But
Yeah,
started with the garlic and stinkum, and then went to all the different scents. And but Don, the one that started this, he's been in several industries where colors and pigments have always kind of been his thing, and so he went from there, and he was he's a great fisherman. Would have probably done it professionally. He said it several times, but he got into this side of it, which he enjoys too, and that's kind of how he's developed most of all this for years.
yeah. And I mean, I've been using Spike It for years, and even before I even knew Jerry and all that. And my favorite is the chartreuse. I will go through some chartreuse, and but I really like putting it more or less like if I'm throwing a crawl, I like it, especially like I throw a crawl in like a smoke purple,
Mm-hmm.
and that chartreuse turns it into like a greenish looking color, and I'm telling you, I've had bass to where like I've caught one and the craw's been sticking out the gills, and I've
Yeah.
had trailer bass coming up and just grabbing at it, and it's like, and that's all they're doing is just grabbing the claws where it was dipped. They're not grabbing any farther up, because I even stuck my camera down in the water. I had a GoPro on like a selfie stick, and I was recording it, and you would just see them. They would just come up to the claws. They were not trying to get nothing else. They just grabbing that the claw and just pulling, trying to. And I was like,
And
son,
you'll see that too on, like I said, on a worm. You've just got the tail dipped. A lot of times, especially crappie or something, they'll hit that tail and rip the worm off. You know,
yeah,
it happens. But And fish pick up on UV light. So when you take a black light and hit our stuff, and people actually realize what chartreuse looks like to a fish, they get it. Same way
Yeah,
with the fluorescent orange, um, hot pink. I mean, they
yeah,
really put off the light, and that's what they're hitting.
Well, I like what I really like, and going back to what Colin was saying, one of my favorite baits to throw is a spinner bait. I love a good spinner bait, but I'll take that skirt, whatever, if it's a white or a black or a blue, and I'll dip it in that chartreuse, and then I'll take my craw or my trailer or whatever I'm gonna throw. Usually, I like throwing twin tails. That's kind of my. I like to throw a grub twin tail is what I like to throw. Unless I'm fishing at night, then I'll just go with a regular grub. But anyhow,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'll take out those twin tails and dip it in that chartreuse. I've caught so many fish like that it's and it's a difference because one time my brother and I we were out fishing and I wasn't letting him see what I was doing. I was dipping that twin tail in that chartreuse and he was all he had was just a white grub, a twin tail. And I mean, I was probably catching four to his one. I mean, I was just striping his tail, buddy. And finally, he asked me, he said, "What are you doing that's different than what I'm doing?" I said, "I can't tell you."
I'm worried about
And
it.
then I finally told him, I showed him, I said, "It's this spocket right here, buddy." I said, "I'm telling you, it's a world of difference."
Yeah,
And because we were fishing the same way, we were retrieving it the same way and everything. But it was that chartreuse that was really triggering them.
Yep.
Just that. I mean, and it wasn't just going by and they was going by swiping it. I mean, they were annihilating it.
Yep.
And it was a huge difference. And then once he started doing it, then we really started doubling up. I mean, we had a field day that day. It's one of the best days I've ever had.
You
yeah,
had a little better day than he did. What? A little bit longer.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I had to get up on him at least 10,
Let him have fun the last 10 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, uh, going to the blade bait or the blade dip. Now, Pappy, you will love the blade dip, and the let's see, because so I got a green pumpkin and a black,
Mm.
and so and my thinking on it is up here, Will, like if we get any kind of rain, the Chickamauga or the TVA lakes are going to just turn mud and chocolate milk. And so um, the I got the black because I want to be able to present a bigger silhouette, and so I'll throw even at nighttime and stuff like that on a spinner bait. I will throw a black bladed spinner bait. Then I got to where I was throwing a green bladed spinner bait at night, and I was getting more hits. So that's the reason why I got the green. But the black was be able to present and have that bigger silhouette to be able to. Oh, I got the hiccups. To have that bigger silhouette so the fish can see it in that
Mm-hmm.
muddy water situation, which we're typically that's what we're having because we any kind of rain that's east of us is coming right through us, and
Yep.
um, so we
And look, I got. That's why a lot of guys also. I've got clear garlic dip. If they don't want to change the look of their blade, but they know it's now we're down to sound and scent, and you
yeah,
know, hey, that's when the scents matter.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so uh, but Pappy, you're going to love these things. And Will, can you talk about like how hard is it to be able to apply these blade dips?
It's
And
very
I mean,
simple.
it's
Like
rocket
here,
science, right?
here's one. Like I just blacked this one out. Talking about chartreuse, you can turn your nickel blade
Look at that.
into a
Look how
chartreuse.
look, you say how shiny it was when it hit that light.
Yeah. I mean, and it looks like it came from the store that way.
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
Yep.
man, that's oh yeah,
That's crazy, isn't it?
yeah.
And I'll demo one. So this right here, there we are. This gold blade right here. So this has got a gold look to it. But like you said, let's say you're fishing at night and you want to black it out. See, I can hold it up here. But it goes about this fast. And that's it.
And typically, about how long are you waiting before you throw it in the water?
I give it 30 seconds maybe.
30 seconds. Imagine
So you're
that.
telling me that even an Alabama fan can do this?
Yep.
All right,
Believe it or not.
yeah.
I'm in the house, baby.
I don't believe it, but we're going to try out. So
30 seconds. I mean, 30 seconds, and that blade's already turned.
and
Yep.
so I
Now, once you put that
Yeah,
on
see,
the
just that
blade,
quick, I can already touch it. I mean, it's not coming off or anything.
now once you put that on the blade, is it a permanent or does it come off?
Nope. And that's part two that everybody is like amazed at is let's take this one for instance. So let's say this chartreuse. All right. So our neutralizer that we got, you just put it on a napkin. Because a lot of people, they got their favorite blades and baits and all, but they're like, man, I don't want to paint that thing up. I like the way it looked. But
Yeah.
you go right back to your nickel.
Look at that.
And it's already off.
yeah.
So see, that's what I'm talking about. A man in a pinch, he can dye it real quick,
Well, you can
and if
make
he
a
wants
bait
to go
with that.
back to that other color, he can take that neutralizer and wipe it off.
Oh, listen, you can take Q-tips. You put black and chartreuse dots on one, a kill dot in the middle. I've done all kinds of stuff. Stripes on them, two-tone them, make it flash nickel and black. I mean, whatever you want to take the time to do.
Yeah, and see, and this is the stuff, Pappy, that I was learning when I was at ICAST. That's one thing that is phenomenal about ICAST. Pappy's going to be able to go with us next
Good.
year, and so he's going to get to experience the whole ICAST, and we'll spend some time in there with y'all again, and let
And
him meet
it's really
everybody.
good for us too because our company's a little bit different than anything else out there because our stuff's it's got to be taught. Like you got to see what we really. It's not like
Yeah,
walking by going, man, look at that dude, you know,
yeah,
swim bait or whatever. It's like, wait a minute, what's that can for? What's that,
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's just like with our Mr. Crappie line, now Strike King's put out all his. They just sell the clear baits, all of his slabalicious and all that, and then you just take your color and just with you, and you make any color you want instead of having to carry a big old box of different ones.
man. And see, that's one thing y'all was talking about there at ICAST about it. Was it the Mr. Crappie? I thought, was it a swim bait that y'all had that?
Might have been.
Was it Strike King?
Oh yeah. Strike King's got a sonic coat
Yeah,
technology in their baits now infused in it.
yeah. So,
That's what it is. Yeah.
and I knew it was something like that. But Pappy, just to see what all that you could do with just if you just look at the blade dip, what all kind of stuff you can do with it, and that neutralizer to where if you wanted to go back to just a regular stock whatever bait that you're throwing it on, chatter bait, any kind of spinner bait and stuff like that, that how quick you can have it change back and you're not wasting any kind of time.
Mm-mm.
You're back in the water and throwing whatever color that you want to be able to be throwing.
And I'll tell you something else too about the blade dip. Now, of course, we've got our regular jigging coat powder coats for jig heads. do a great job. But if you're in a pinch, say you just want a black jig head, or you can dip your lead baits in it, and it'll cover
Really?
it. Mm-hmm.
So, Steven Sturgeon says, "Do you have any attractants that will work with Z-Man or Elastec?"
Yep, we sure do. We introduced it at ICAST. It's called a Laz tent.
And
And we got
that's
5 colors, and yep, that's exactly what it's designed for.
yeah.
Matter of fact, hang on a sec.
Yeah, that's this is something that was cool to me that I seen as well. There you
That's
go.
a Z-Man frog right there on this rod, and that's chartreuse on a white Z-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like right there. I mean, I like the fact that you can just dip it and go, you know, and even the blades or if you're throwing a DT10 or a whatever, a
Yeah.
lipless crankbait, you can dip it. 30 seconds later, you're throwing it in the water.
Well,
You know.
like even like what Will was saying, take a Q-tip, even if you wanted to kind of even just put a dots
Oh
on
yeah.
whatever. It's just, I mean, again,
There's a 2-tone one.
Yep.
Yep, you can do all kinds of design work with it.
And you know how your eyes can come off like spinner baits or anything like that. You know, you probably take that stuff and just dot you a couple eyes if a man wanted to. You
You
know,
certainly can.
or just whatever.
Oh yeah. And just like the black dipping glow, you can do the same thing on a soft plastic. You can put a black eye or a kill dot on it with the black.
Yeah. Yeah. On that Elastec dye, is that a spray or is that a dip?
That's a spray.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That
Yeah, it's an aerosol spray. That's what I use when I'm on the boat most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
With my chartreuse garden, just hold it over the side and spray it.
Right. So
can you talk a little bit about your spray?
Do what, Pappy?
Can you talk a little bit about your spray?
Yeah, so it's the same thing as a dip. It's just a 2-ounce aerosol can, and you just hold it, just hold it up downwind, right over the side of the boat, and it covers it, and it does the same thing.
There you go. There you go. I mean, yeah, sounds like y'all got it all covered right there.
Well, we got them in markers too, and the markers do the same thing. A lot of guys.
Now we seen the marker. I think you got some, didn't you?
Yeah, I seen him. Yep.
Yeah, these are some of them, the markers that I got. I just got just Jerry said that he just told him just to get a variety, and so I got.
I really like that. I really like that.
I got a green pumpkin, chartreuse, orange, black, and fire red. And so
I picked them out. I went with what I'd usually grab before I went somewhere.
So heck yeah, but
and another thing is our worm paint. People don't realize, the difference between dyes and paints. People get them mixed up. Dye is going to penetrate that plastic, and it's going to run in it. You'll know if you dye something, go back and look at it in a week or so. That chartreuse has ran up that plastic. That's just how it's designed.
Yeah.
That's why we also have paint where it actually adheres to it and it coats it, and you can actually throw it in with other baits, and it doesn't run or get on another one. And
that's good.
And like let's say you have like a black Cinco and you wanted a bright chartreuse tail. That's when the paints really come in, especially if you prime them white. Just like this right here, I usually bring this and show people, like, this is our paints. Those are all on green pumpkin trick worms, but you can see like the difference.
Yeah.
You just go ahead and send me that right there.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's fun. I mean, people like having a bait that's like their custom. This is why I'm catching them if nobody else is. And,
exactly.
I mean, I caught a nice one Saturday, and I used blue and garlic, the aerosol spray, and just sprayed it on a watermelon worm. I was like, let's see what happens. And she swallowed it, and I kept it on. I was like, well, we're going to keep using this. And I don't know why. That's the thing about garlic. There's no science. Nobody understands why a fish loves the taste of garlic. We just know they do.
They're Italian. Is what
They
it
must be.
is.
And our place does smell like Papa John's over here.
I bet.
I bet it does.
But let's see. Antonio says, "How about the markers that has the dip color in them, which we just kind of sent? I think Facebook is running a little behind.
But yeah, he's right there. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the same thing as the dip, like we talked about.
Yeah. So
And that's good because you can do more detailed stuff. You do a stripe. You can you can color the tail. You can do whatever.
yeah. Yeah, and that's one thing that when I was talking to Jerry about it, I told him, I said, I got to have some markers. I was like, that is, and it's, I use it not just on soft plastics either. I've used it on crankbaits and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that as well, just to kind of add a little bit more accent into it. The problem is when I start catching fish with it, and then I lose it in a tree or something like that, then I forget
Mm-hmm.
what I done to it. So
I'll tell you what, Hal Abshire showed me a trick that he did, and he dipped his crankbait and blade dip in a red, and it looks like it came from the manufacturer. It'll put the prettiest paint job translucent,
really,
like you wouldn't believe it.
we're gonna have
That's
to
cool.
try that, Pappy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So we got to talk about some of the people that have the forward facing sonars, because you y'all have some. It's not some. It is the best stuff that I have seen for forward facing sonar. I was talking to Jerry and Hunter, and they're like, "You won't believe what it does. It pops it right out to where you cannot miss it on your forward facing sonar." And I'm like, "All right, whatever, you know." And Jerry was saying it makes it about the size of a softball, and I'm like, "All right, we'll figure it out." And so you had sent the spray, Sonic Coat spray, the gel, and I got, there it is, the brush on.
Mm-hmm.
I have not used the spray.
Yep.
I just be honest, I have not used it because I've used the brush on, but the gel has got to be one of my favorites, because when I put that sucker on, and I need to do a video to kind of show people on our YouTube channel and all this other stuff. And we're going to start posting videos and stuff on the website as well. But I need to do a video with with having a bait before I put it on there and show what it looks like, and maybe do it at like 20 feet. So it's easy to kind of pick up on the forward face sonar.
Yep.
And then put Sonic Coat on there and just see where people can see what that does.
Yep.
Um,
We've
and it,
actually taken two baits and put on the same line with one treated one, so they can see it side by side.
yeah,
Um,
that I might do that then.
and you can do it that way too, because conditions change, or they'll say, "Well, he pulled it this way, that's why." So we're like, "No, we're going to drop them in there at the same time to show you." But
Yeah.
that gel's got an attractant in it that is hot, and I mean, it. I don't care if I'm fishing off a bank; I put it on my stuff.
Well, and the thing is, um, I like the garlic and the gel. Um, the game fish, I'm kind of one of them love hate kind of type deals with other companies, game fish stuff. So when I have garlic in hand, that's the first go to is the garlic. But
Well, and in that gel, there's another attractant in there besides the garlic and game fish that's actually made with real bait fish,
right,
and it's a killer.
but um, with do you put can you put that gel or the spray? I guess either one, any of the Sonic coats. Can you put that like on is it just for the soft plastics, or could you put it like on a crankbait to be able to as well?
Yeah, you can spray the back of a crankbait with it. You can the brush on, you can brush it on. Yeah, they're used for whatever.
Right. So,
But we
um,
did design it. We also designed them where they will adhere, like that brush on and spray. It will. It doesn't. We didn't want something that's nasty and comes off on your hands and like,
right.
you got to put it on every time you throw. That's just aggravating. So that's why if you'll notice that Sonic coat's kind of tacky, kind of boogery feeling. Like you put it
Yeah.
on there, it stays on for a good while.
Yeah. It reminded me of my pitching days. So I'm not saying anything, but but um, since we're kind of 35 minutes in, we do have a giveaway, guys, and the giveaway is um, the question. We're going to be giving away some bruiser baits. We got a box of bruiser baits that we're going to be giving away some package of baits from it. Um, the question to be able to win the giveaway is, what is Will's favorite color of dip to use?
Top four. He's got top four.
Yeah, but you just got to name his top one.
Right, right.
So, um, so if you want to be entered in to get that, make sure that you put in what you think Will's favorite color of dye to be able to use. Um, so yeah, Brandon Thomas said garlic is good on everything. So I totally agree. Totally agree. Um, so
And I
what?
mean, it's not just largemouth. It's. I mean, there's guys all over the world that use our stuff. I mean, it's any kind of predator fish. Like garlic is just unanimous for being a good attract.
Yeah. So do how does the product hold up like in saltwater? Do people use it for saltwater as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, that's why we wanted the Z-Man product, the last hint too, because a lot of guys use a lot of Z-Man in saltwater too, and that chartreuse and the hot pink and the like those are big colors. So yeah, yep. It's just like I do a lot of red fishing down here. We're kind of on the coast or whatever, and a redfish and a bass and all they're all about the same as what they like. I mean, they're not that off. So
Yeah. So that's one of my bucket list fish to go out and try to catch
yeah.
is the redfish. They to get a hold of one of them bulls and just let it eat. So do you when you're doing that, do you mainly throw like a top water, or do you throw like a? I've seen people do the top water a lot, but I've also seen them do like a soft plastic shrimp. Do you do something like that as well?
I do a lot of the soft plastic shrimp, a lot of the voodoo shrimp, DOAs.
Yeah,
But now I do a lot of saltwater assassin type. I'll do some finesse type fishing, and it's kind of get more in the swim bait side of it too. Um, but my dad, he loves a live shrimp and a popping cork. He's like, I'm going to go over that real thing, but I use our shrimp. I've got a chartreuse shrimp that I use and a hot pink shrimp, and I'll dip that voodoo in it, and
yeah,
it's hot.
Yeah.
Because look, you got to either go take a cast net and go get them, or beat everybody to bait shop at 5 in the morning and buy them, or you know,
you got to do what you got to do. So,
yeah,
uh, but so how long did you grow up in the Savannah area?
yeah, I did.
So,
Yeah.
so how is it mainly just kind of like swampy, like for let's say bass fishing wise? Is it mainly kind of like a swampy type fishing, or is it? Do you have like a river system
It's a
and
lot of rivers. So you got like the Savannah River, Geechee River, Canoochee River, Altamaha, all these big rivers, Satilla. Um, and then you've got saltwater, and then you got bass ponds. So that's what we've always fished is bass ponds.
yeah,
You know, then some of them are 100 acres. But you know, as far as lake fishing, like everybody else, you got Sinclair and Oconee and Hartwell, and Lake Lanier and Santee. So we're kind of a Savannah. We're a geographical oddity. We're 2 hours from every lake. I just don't have one in the backyard. So.
Yeah, yeah, because he's at the Harris chain right now, and you're not too far from the Harris chains either, though, right?
No, it ain't too far. About 4 or 5 hours
Yeah.
down there.
So,
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
but what is your favorite type of fishing? Because you have a wide variety of what you can do. Like, because we're limited. I mean, saltwater is kind of knocked out of our geographical range. But if you have a choice, like if you have a day to be able to go out, are you going saltwater fishing or are you going freshwater fishing?
I love a daggum largemouth bass now, especially if it's a good pond. It's hard, but when these bulls are running, they'll hit just about anything you put in the water. It that's you need to come down and try it. It's fun. I mean,
Well,
and what's fun about saltwater is you don't know what you got. Now,
Yeah.
50% of the time it's something you don't want to deal with, but it's going to be a shark or stingray or whatever. But those triple tails and trout and redfish, flounder, and all, it's fun to get on them.
I can only imagine. We'll have to make a trip down there for sure because uh, you'll have to let us know. You'll have to let us know when them bulls are running to where we can make a trip. I think Savannah's 5.5 hours from us, Pappy.
Yeah, it ain't far. That's probably one of my favorite places to go to, Savannah.
Yeah,
I love it down there.
yeah.
But
Right now's a good time.
man,
For about the next 2 or 3 weeks, it's like that water gets below about 68, starts getting around 65, it starts getting harder there. But
Yeah.
it's crazy. I saw some guys, company called No Live Bait Needed, and they make some good artificial baits. They really do. They're big in salt water and everything. But anyway, they showed me some from going up to Chesapeake Bay and fishing for bull reds up there. Up there, they average about 48 inches.
Ooh.
really?
And and they eat these blue crabs, and they come up and just start popping it. You can just throw about anything, and he caught one weighed, I think it was 57 or 58 pounds.
Man, that's about the size of the bass I caught the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is because every time, like with we drive a truck for McKee Foods, and so we was in there with the coordinator. So every time that we was talking about catching fish, we was always every time was telling that little fisherman story. It got about 1/2 pound to a pound bigger every time we brought it up. So
Yeah. I tell you what is another fun thing to fish for down here is red breast, the old Geechee River red breast. It's like one of the most pretty panfish you ever seen, and they get up there in size, and they are a fighting fish. That is a lot of fun.
Did I had a buddy of mine that he went after some of them bulls, I think, but he was down in Louisiana.
Yeah, that's another good spot.
He was throwing an A rig catching these red bulls, and you can only he after going through about 3 or 4 of them, he said it's getting too expensive to throw them things because they demolished it. So,
yeah, and it's funny, they're slot fish here, so you can only keep the ones between 14 and 23, I think it is, something like that now.
Yeah.
And so, but then you go down to Florida, and it'll be you can keep the ones 21 to 28, or I mean, it's just I don't know how they come up with it.
Who knows? About like what they do here with our fish. It's just kind of at the end of each year, they kind of just throw paper up in the wind and
what are we not saying?
whatever one it lands on, that's what it is. So, but So have do you get the opportunity like to travel around and fish, or I know you
Not as
quite
much as I'd
busy.
like to because I'm so busy here. I got a lot of trips I want to take. That like I said, that Chesapeake Bay's one I want to do, and I've been promising Jerry I'm going to go down there and fish with him soon. So yeah, I get to a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's one thing. I told Jerry that uh, I want to come down to Naples, and I said I want to just go ride on an airboat and
Yeah.
and he says we'll go and do some fishing, and we go get you out on an airboat and we'll go do some fishing. I said all right, and so
Well, I can
he
tell you this: Jerry's right down there in the middle of the salt water, and he'll do it. But that's a large. He's going after the largemouth. I mean,
oh
he's going to be in a lake if he can
Yeah.
help it.
Yeah.
yeah he told me that he would take Roland would go hunting. And like Roland would say, "Hey, I want to go here," but he's needing a boat to go and do the hunting. And he said, "I'd go and take Roland." He said, "Roland go hunting while I go and spend the day fishing." So
Oh yeah,
he's like,
that Roland loves a turkey hunt now. He'll do about any kind of. I'll tell y'all a funny story real quick. Hank Parker told me about it. So him and Roland and all went on this hunting trip, and some sort of celebrity, whatever. But farmer's like, listen, y'all got to kill a bunch of dudes while you're here. And anyway, when they got there, he said, up comes this like 78, like Cutlass or something, like this older type Cutlass. Anyway, four-door car. It was Roland. It was his rental car. And that's what he went hunting in. And anyway, he hadn't killed any does or whatever. And Hank's like, listen, they ain't going to bite his face. He goes, I know. I'll get on. Well, anyway, uh, Hank went on to the airport and I guess, I don't know how it was he stayed, but somehow when he got to the airport, there was cops and everybody all around, investigators and all this around his car. Anyway, he got looking through there and he goes, that's Roland's car. And anyway, he said he kind of walked up there and was asking what was going on, and he's like, he said, "You know whose car that?" He said, "Yeah." Uh, he said, "You come here with me." And they went and then had this full investigation. What had happened? They popped the trunk and all, and there was blood all in it, like a murder had happened. And what had happened was Roland killed like 6 does and piled them all in that daggum car, that old hoopty. And took it back. Well, he dropped it. Man, he got banned from Hertz rental car and all. I mean, he had caused a mess.
now that's probably one of the best Roland stories I've ever heard.
Oh, he's something else.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to ask old Jerry about Roland and Hertz and I
Mm-hmm.
now now you get Jerry started on any kind of conversation, there ain't no when he comes on, we know it's going to be like a 2.5 hour podcast, and we just kind of sit back and
He'll
just
get
let
you
it
laughing too, because it's usually funny.
Oh yeah.
so. But so what so what one we got a question here. It says, "What is your biggest bass and biggest bull red?"
Biggest bass, 10.5 pounds, 10.8, I believe it was. And biggest bull was 28 inches, I believe it was.
And I could so about weight wise, what would that? How big would that the 28-inch bull?
I got one. Oh, no, shave.
I'm sure it's big.
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine the fight on that sucker. Them things are mean.
This one is about This right here is about 23, 20, you know. So yeah, it's a big fish.
Yeah, that's a monster.
And I'm gonna tell you something. You'd be surprised what a 5 pound one feels like. I mean, they fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can only imagine. That's the reason why it's on one of my bucket list fish. Um, have you ever caught any peacocks?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, that's my favorite
I've
fish.
always wanted to, and I thought you could only catch them in South America. Then I'm like, they're catching them in South Florida, and
Yeah,
that's one of the prettiest fish.
Oh yeah.
I
it is.
mean, that is something to see. Now, I love watching people hang them and watch them hit top waters. I mean,
They're
that's one of
vicious.
my bucket lists for sure.
Yeah, they
I tell
are.
you, I like catching them snooks.
Yep, yep.
God, I caught one that weighed
Mangroves.
about 6.5 pounds, and I thought he was
Mm-hmm.
gonna pull me in off the boat. I mean, it was a fight for real. It was
Yeah,
one of the best fights I ever had on with a fish. Uh, but yeah, I love catching them snooks.
The craziest trip I ever went to. We went down to Costa Rica, and we caught 4 blacks and 2 blue marlin, and I caught a 55-pound Dorado, and that dolphin that was 45 minutes of the worst fight of it. Like when we got done, I said, I'm not fishing anymore today. I sat down. It was in a rotation. I was like, I couldn't hardly get out of bed the next day.
yeah.
And the whole
Uh,
time they're going up, grabbing your arm, screaming, "Welcome to Costa Rica!" And dying laughing. I mean, you just over there. I mean, it's awful.
did you see where that guy caught a marlin out of a kayak?
Yeah,
That was something else too.
I saw a guy down in Australia getting chased by a great white one too, trying to get back to try to stay calm while it was trailing him.
Oh, I seen
Man,
that.
my
Yeah.
hands were sweating. I was like, "That's why I don't get it. I can't do it."
No, no.
Nah. Well, and the thing is, and we got I see that the traveling fisherman. What's up, brother? He is in here. He, he's his wife is a traveling nurse, and so he travels all over the United States. They just got into Missouri, and he's by the Lake of the Ozarks now. But they just spent 3-4 months in Alaska, and but I think he really calls home down in Florida. But so but I don't know where I was going with it. Oh, was talking about the kayaks. You know, when we were down in the Everglades. I seen more kayak fishermen down in the Everglades than I ever thought that I would ever see in the Everglades. And we had like 10, 12 foot gators around us at all times. And then you see like these kayakers just going right down these canals.
No, we got a lot, and we got a lot of gators around here in these rivers too. And I'm in the John boat most of the time, but we got sneak boats and all too. And they don't mess with you. I mean, they might come up swim, but it's not like they're jumping up there trying to eat you. I
Yeah.
mean, especially in the big ones, they're gonna keep their distance anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, see, we had one that would follow us. It followed us probably 3/4 of the day. And I was fishing with a buddy of mine, Neil Starks, down there. Norman Lee and I were fishing with him, and he said that's how you can tell that gator's been fed by people is because he followed.
yeah.
And but that gator would come and put his snout on the gunnel of the boat and just sit there and just watch us and just swim right there with us with his nose on the gunnel, just going right. And I'm over here freaking out because we don't have anything that wants to eat us in the waters up here. So seeing a gator 10 feet long swimming right next to you, and you're like, it's very it's a little intimidating to
Oh
say
yeah.
the least.
Yep.
So,
My dad, he's caught a bunch up. They drew a tag this year, and they got one about 8 or 9 feet, I think. 8. right at 8 feet, I think. But there was one that's about 13, and we knew where. And I said, "Dad, you want to go after that?" And he said, "I think I'm good. I don't." He said, "I don't think I'll tangle with that thing." So yeah, I mean they're something now. They're strong.
Yeah. So so does the gators they get fairly big up there in Savannah as well?
Yeah, and the further kind of towards the coast you go, the bigger they get for some reason. But you know, it's nothing to, especially over here in like Fort Stewart. It's Fort Stewart's 270,000 acres that you can hunt and fish over here, and all the
Really?
rivers run through it and all. And I mean, you've seen some. Now, I did have a buddy who's in a one man boat, and back in April, he had one of his catfish lines. That big one had got on there, and he was in a one man boat by himself back in this. You got to take the river up to this back kind of
Right.
lake. And we met him coming out, and we were going in. And it was why Michael was leaving so early. He said, "Man, he was on there, and he pulled, and it kind of almost flipped that boat." And he was kind of shook up about that one. He was going to the house. He'd seen all he needed to that day.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Because we went on vacation down to Savannah, and we never did see. I've never seen any gator in Savannah, and but people were saying that they're all around, and
Oh yeah,
so
Hilton Head's loaded with them too.
really. But see,
Oh yeah.
we deliver on Wednesday nights. We'll deliver over close to Myrtle Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and they told us that they were up in Myrtle Beach.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think. I thought that would be too far north for them to be able to acclimate and stuff.
And look here, they swim in salt water just like they do fresh water too.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like even down in the Everglades, that's that
Brackish kind of.
Yeah. And so, but man, yeah, we'll have to make a trip down there,
Yeah.
and I'll let you do all the gator taming.
No, I ain't doing no gators. Look, gators and snakes I don't deal with. No,
I,
Do
sir.
y'all
I
have,
I tame them all right. They certainly won't move after that.
do, y-
Yeah.
do y'all have like the pythons and stuff down there as well?
No, we don't have
That's
that yet.
yeah. From what I
Now,
hear
I
down,
you know, when I'm, that's the thing about here is we got rattlers and moccasins and all that. That's more I'm worried about a moccasin more than anything, just because I can't hear them or whatever.
Yeah.
and
But I
they'll
don't
they'll
think I
sneak
like
right
going
up
in
on
water
you.
I can't see, reaching down in there trying to grab a 10-foot snake either.
Yeah.
No. You can forget that. I'll just stay at the house.
And snakes
Yeah.
don't scare me. Spiders don't bite, nothing like that. But it's still,
No.
I can't do that.
Not
We were fishing one day up at Chick and I was running. Colin was back there tying or something like that, and I was running, manning the trolling motor, and it's just back in this slough. And we noticed this car had stopped, and he was saying, he was hollering at us, and I looked up and I seen, I don't know. To me, it was about a 20-foot snake. All I seen was a snake. I mean, it could have been 2 foot, but to me,
Maybe
it was
just south of
it's
that.
about 4 foot. It's about 4 foot.
So I turned that trolling motor up to 10, and what he wanted to fish, we didn't fish because I went
We
the
bypassed
other
that
way.
sucker, Will. And by the time I realized what we were doing, because I was just tying my next bait back on, and by the time I got done tying and I looked up, and like we totally passed by. I had enough time to tie it and be able to fish this area that I was wanting to fish. No, we were
Mm-mm.
50 yards away from it, already past it by the time I realized it. He had that sucker going. I guarantee you my boat had weight behind it after he was
Hey,
gone.
if I could have got to the big motor, I'd have turned the big motor on, and we just got out of there. Is what had happened.
But the thing is from where we were at, and that snake was on the road that was 40 yards away from us, and he still acted like that. And I was like,
it don't matter. It got in the water. I mean, next thing it could have gotten a boat, and you'd been on your own then.
I asked him if he ate crayons, Will.
Well, I would have had that day. Hey,
So, but all right, guys, we have been on here an hour, and I don't want to hold up too much more of Will's time. So, we're going to give it a few more minutes. The question to be able to win the giveaway is, what color dye is Will's favorite color? Um, so here in a minute, Will's going to let us know what it is. We have gotten a few, and so um, with that being said, we're going to have a few more minutes, and then he's going to answer, and then we'll. Whoever wins, if I can get y'all to message me, and so I can get your address, and we'll get it shipped out. So, um, but what has been the craziest thing that's ever happened to you, Will, on the water?
Mm. I did fall out of a boat one time.
With
That
gators?
was kind of crazy. What else? Oh, me and my dad found we were in the river, and Dad, we looked by the river, got caught. He said, "What is that?" We went over there to look. He said, "I swear that is a antenna, a aerial." And sure enough, it was hooked to a cop car that'd been stolen and sunk in the river. And so we had the GBI and all that out there and dealing with that one time. And I guess that was about the craziest things that's
Yeah.
happened to me.
So,
Nothing real wild, but thank goodness.
yeah, I found a hearse before. That's been one of the craziest things. All I seen was, you know how on the back of the hearse they got like that little S deal that's on the back of the hearse that they'll have that's like chromed out, that's on the side of the hearses. I seen something in it, and then I was looking, and then this was before I even had forward facing sonar, and so
Yeah.
I went by it, and I seen that it was a big object, and then I got up close to it once the water kind of settled down, and I was able to see that it was the S. So I called it in, and never heard anything. I found another car here this past winter in Harrison Bay that had been it had been in there for like a year and a half, and they didn't even know that it was even in there. And so somebody that lived on the boats at the marina had a fun night and forgot to put it in park, and it rolled into the lake, and then he just said that it was easier just to go buy a new one and just left it there.
No, I have not. I hadn't sunk any cars in the river, but uh, I mean, hey, it happens. I've seen some funny things happen at a boat ramp, but
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to have a good YouTube channel, just go sit at a boat ramp, and you and what you need. Memorial Day is when you're going to start seeing it. So when you see a truck, brand new
Mhm.
truck with drive out tags and a boat that don't have any numbers, just watch it. That's the boat you want to watch.
oh, especially down here in salt water when you got to come in and ride the tide and the current to put one on a trailer.
Yeah.
Or they're 300 yards off the bank, so they assume it's 100 feet, and they're out there in about two, and they're fixing to hit a mud flat running 60. I mean, that salt water's different. You got to know where you're going.
Yeah. So, oh man, that is something else. Happy, what's the craziest thing you've seen on the water?
Bucks swimming in the middle of the river.
Yep.
Yeah.
I seen. I was fishing with a buddy, and we was going up river around Sequoia, and we seen a couple. It's about two or three boats that was kind of corralling. Well, they were corralling. You had one in the back and two on the side, and we got up there beside them, and sure enough, and I'm talking about nice wide frame bucks. There was like three of them swimming. They said that they had jumped across from Sequoia, jumped in the lake, and then they was kind of swimming upstream, and
Off
that's
the bluff?
yeah. Well, not technically off the bluff, but over there near it,
Yeah.
anyways.
Now
Uh,
they'll do that down here. We used to dog hunt these islands down here a lot, and the coolest thing ever was watching a buck jump off about a 20-foot bluff and hit that water, and them dogs covered in behind him. But he would, I mean, you got to go cut them off, but they will do it if they got to.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
can imagine. Did I was telling Jerry because he was asking what was we seen a bald eagle and we were over there by them bluffs, Pappy, and I told him, I said, I had seen a bobcat. I don't know what it was chasing, but it lost footing and it fell down. How, I guess it's probably 40, 50 feet bluffs that's right there. It fell off of it into the water, and that sucker. All you heard coming down was just that crazy, like kind of hissing, howling type deal that it was, and it was not one happy bobcat once it got in that water. So,
If you've ever walked till you stand in the morning, pitch black dark, heard one scream, it will light you.
Uh,
It will get your attention.
yeah,
I,
yeah. You
It's
want
an
to talk about
awful sound.
you want to talk about standing the hair up on your neck? Good grief, buddy.
hey, Pappy, tell them what you caught on your camera last year when your stand.
Oh yeah, and this was on public. This was a so I was hunting a new piece of public, and I had put my cell camera up there, and and I hung a rope and done a little mock scrape. Well, and I was getting some pictures of some nice deer. Well, one day I got a picture and I got a notification. I opened it up, or it was one night rather, and I opened it up and it's a doggone mountain lion. I said, "Yeah, I won't be going up there. Ain't no way
Mm,
I'm going up there."
mm-mm.
The
I mean,
camera's
and
still up there, Will.
he was a big one too. He was a big one, and that's why I don't go nowhere without my pew pew.
You
Yeah.
better believe it.
Yeah, if I'm
I'll
walking
tell
in
you
the
right now,
woods,
try
that
to
thing,
fight one of them things off me. Mm.
no, no, thank you.
It's
Uh,
nice knowing you. So,
I mean, I can handle coyotes and foxes and little bobcats here and there, but that's the first time I ever caught a mountain lion on my trail cam, and I said, no, I just went in there and got all my stuff and left. I said, no, I ain't
And we
during the
got,
day.
and I don't care. DNR says we don't, but I saw it twice. We had a cougar or panther, whatever you want to call it, like a tan one,
Mhm. Yeah,
over here in Statesboro, and everybody would see him every now and then. And they're like, "No, there aren't any here." I said, "Well, I'm about to shoot a long-tailed bobcat and bring it to you then, because I'm telling you what I'm looking at." And
yeah,
that was a big. I mean, he jumped in front of me, and he took two steps, and he was across the highway already to the other side. I mean,
Mhm.
I was like, "Good God."
Yeah. No, 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 no.
all right, Will. So the question is, what is your favorite dye color to use?
Knew
Chartreuse.
it.
That's what I was going to say. So the first person that I seen with that, because that was, I think I only had three other colors. Everybody else said chartreuse, but there was only three other people said another color that I seen. I don't know about Pappy, but the
Yeah,
first person
I
is
got bright green, but the rest of it chartreuse.
yeah,
Grape is a good one.
yeah. So, Steven, just message me, brother, and we'll get it sent out. Get it sent out to you, brother. So, other than that, do y'all have anything that is coming out or that you can talk about?
Um, we've got some worm and chunk paint that we're finally putting out. That's color shift changing. In other words, you can put it on the outside of your bait, and now it'll do that kind of violet, green,
Yeah.
purple flash,
Oh,
just
that's
like a
nice.
bait fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
That stuff's pretty cool.
Yeah. Gizzard shads up here do that a lot.
Yep.
So.
It's pretty. What else we got going on?
Did y'all ever get that tray? Last time you was on, you talked about the tray, and then I asked you about it at ICAST, and you said that it wasn't quite. Y'all wasn't
It
quite
wasn't.
ready.
Yeah, I wasn't real satisfied with the prototype. We saw a few things that I wanted different on it, so now we got some other ones coming out. It's going to be a little bit smaller,
Yeah.
and really want it where it can attach. We got several ideas we're coming up with. We're trying to figure out the best way to put it on a boat without somebody having to drill holes in their boat or mount. You don't want to get into all that. So,
No.
what we're looking at is maybe where it's going to actually hook on to either your boat seat or uh, possibly just put it right on the carpet. We don't know yet. We're looking at 3 or 4 different things and really kind of checking with all our pro staff and asking them. But a lot of people just like to put them in a Plano and just open the box up and bring them out. And,
Yeah.
that and with the, back to the markers, it is nice. You can just put 3 or 4 colors in your front pocket.
Yeah.
You got it,
Well, and the thing is, we briefly hit the neutralizer about taking the blade dip off, but that neutralizer does more than that, and because anybody that has used dye before has either spilt some or dropped some on the carpet. Now, will that neutralizer take that out of the carpet?
Yep. And I'll tell you what else takes it out of the carpet is the sun. So if you get chartreuse in your carpet, just put it out there in the sun, and it'll get rid of it. Now, if it's a color like red, you just got a red boat, I guess. But it's going to stay there. Chartreuse, it will come out.
Yeah.
We had a guy at a tournament that the guy that he drew with was in the back, and he gave it to him, and he had it between his legs, and they kind of hit a wave there. Whatever happened, anyway, it spilled over onto his pants. He's like, oh my gosh, he got it all cleaned up. Well, he kind of forgot about it. Well, when they got back to the hill, did the weigh-in and all, and there was like a big event going and all, and they had big black lights, and his whole crotch lit up in front of the whole party. They're like, what did you drink? Anyway, so he had to run change britches.
That's funny. That is funny. So, Will, thank you so much for coming on.
Man,
can
I
you tell
appreciate
us
y'all
real
having me. I
quick?
love talking about it and kind of explaining kind of what all
Oh,
we.
yeah.
I mean, we like when people come to shows, whether it's the Bassmaster, they're like, I had no idea you had 30 different colors and did this, and I was like, oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's
Are
some good stuff.
Are y'all going to be at the Classic this year?
Yeah.
So because it's an hour and a half away from us.
Okay.
We're going to be there. So if you need some people in the booth or whatever, or we'll have our cameras out ready to go.
Yeah, man.
So we'll do some filming.
Absolutely.
So because we're going to be up there from Thursday to Sunday. We're going to be a day on Thursday, so we're going to be able to go and do the interviews with the anglers and stuff like that. And so, but after that, we're
that's a good venue up there too. I enjoy that one. It's a good.
Oh
good
yeah,
spot.
it was. I enjoyed it. I've gone to the past 4 or 5. And it has been my favorite, just because everything's all right there.
Yeah,
like
that's
in
right.
Tulsa, and then in last year at Fort Worth, you're 45 minutes to an hour away from the expo to the weigh-ins and stuff like that. It was just, thank you, John. He just posted a YouTube / at Spike It Outdoors. So And everything on social media is going to be Spike It Outdoors, guys. So we're gonna put it in the description so y'all can go check and follow and share and stuff like that. And they'll let you know what kind of new stuff's going on. You'll see some videos of Hunter Brusso on there and stuff as well. So he and y'all got to check out. I tell you one thing, not to kind of keep on holding or dragging this out, but boy, that wrap on Hunter's uh, truck and boat looked pretty sharp.
Yes, it does. I
But
like it.
I
Yeah,
know,
we come up with that kind of color scheme and what I thought would look good and what, and Jerry took it to the people and we got her down to. Yeah, I
yeah.
love it. I'll
So
tell you something else. My son Colt Wiles and Hunter have a little bait company they've started called Wild Hunter Baits, and they got some good ones. There they are. Yep,
yep.
that's old Junior. He's finally done with football. So I said, "All right, buddy, you fix to get to making some bait now."
Yeah. So yeah, that I haven't tried any of them out. That's going to be my next adventure going out. I told Jerry that I was going to put them to work, and so
There you
I'll
go.
whatever I do, I'll make sure I send you some pictures and stuff. And so,
Well, man,
but
anytime y'all want to come down here and get on some saltwater fish, you let me know.
don't tell us
Absolutely.
that. I mean, because every other week, well, we only work 2 days a week, so
There you go.
Well,
we
right now, I'm kind of hemmed down with hunting. So
Oh, me
yeah,
too. Me too.
yeah.
yeah,
But Will, thank you again,
Yeah,
and
anytime
yeah,
after
absolutely.
December.
we
Yeah, yeah.
we what's up, Dennis? Dennis with Lake Placid Freshwater Charter, probably the best crappie guide, hands down in Florida. Go check him out. One heck of been out on the boat with him a couple times and caught a mess of crappie. So, what's up, Dennis? But Pappy, you want to ask our final question, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, Will. So, if you had one person, past, present, that you could fish with, anybody, who would it be and why?
Mm, probably my granddaddy again.
Yeah.
Good choice. Yep.
That tends to be the answer a lot, isn't it, Pappy?
Yeah, you can't beat them old timers, buddy. You just can't
Man,
beat them, man.
look here,
You
we
can't.
pull. I look here, we go fishing. My dad go fishing all day with a couple pieces of white bread and maybe some ham and old Coke in the same cooler with the fish, just awful, you know.
Yep.
But no, my nanny got our cooler ready, and when as soon as we got the hill, I switched boats. I was like, we go eat time under a tree somewhere. So yeah, that right there, I would give anything to do again for sure.
Oh yeah.
Um, Quick question. John Pate says, "What are the top colors sold in the country?"
Of our stuff, like what's the most popular?
Mhm.
So chartreuse is number one, then red, then orange, then blue, and then there's kind of like a there's hot pink. Hot pink's a big one. Black, in
Yeah,
about that order. But chartreuse is, I mean,
by
it's up
far. Yeah,
there.
yeah. So, guys, make sure you go check them out on social media again at Spike It Outdoors and start following them. Go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to them. And they're constantly putting stuff out on social media of what's going on. And so you'll be surprised with some of the stuff that they're coming up with. And I mean, even just in an hour and 20 minutes, I mean, we can't even talk about everything that they got going on. And we kind of blew past a couple things, and but make sure you go check them out and uh, go check out. They've got some pretty cool hats, some pretty cool merch and stuff like that as well. And make sure when you grab that Spike It product. Make sure you grab some merch and be able to rep them out on. You don't look any better when you're out on the water unless you got that Spike It stuff going on. So might as well look good while you're fishing.
There you
But
go.
hope that you have a blessed day. Remember, God loves you as if you were the only person in this world to love. And we will see you next week. Hold on, real quick. Next week we have Mike with Lake and Bay Boats. So we're going to have him out. So that's going to be an interesting conversation. So make sure you're here to watch it. And again, we will see you next week and hope you have a blessed day.
Yep, Mike's
See
a
you
great
guys.
dude.